Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of a stir-fry restaurant makeover and automation attempt that I'm doing here. If you don't know me, I'm Studs. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch where lately I've been playing a lot of Valorant and a lot of PlateUp. So I hope you come by and check out sometime. Be sure to check out my Twitch link in the bio below. And if you missed part 1 of this stir-fry restaurant series, be sure to check that out. I'll link that down below as well. So today, here we are, overtime day 8, going into day 9, and we were really just trying to get as much stuff automated as possible at this point. I still feel like it was a hassle to make the soups because they only make 3 portions, and same with the bamboo. At least we have the portioner going there for both of them, but still, it would be nice to have those a little bit more automated. So I could just worry about the insane number of toppings I have for the stir fry here. We have broccoli, we have carrots, we have mushrooms, we have meat, and we have bamboo as both a side and a topping. So it's a lot to keep track of. So let's go through the next few days just to see how they go. And then we'll get into some of the automation stuff. So hope you'll stick around. Okay, so at this point, I'm like, you know what? What I think I should automate first is dishes. As much of a pain as the meat soup and the bamboo are, I feel like everybody uses dishes. Every single table uses dishes. Yes, every single table has soup, which is, doesn't include dishes. But, the dishes are something that every single person in the restaurant is using one of. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I have enough grabbers yet here to fully automate dishes, but I have been collecting teleporters. And I just bought a dish rack here on overtime day 9. So I'm like, okay, maybe we can start getting, the dishes to go a little more automatically, at least into the dishwasher for now, which is not the ideal way to automate dishes, I feel like, but at least it's a little bit of improvement. I'm doing some re-rolls here because I have a bunch of money, and I'm like, okay, what can I do here? What can I do? So what I do is I have the beginnings of using that top left room as the dish automation room, even though I can't exactly use it yet. I have 2 soaking sinks up there that I'm hoping to use, and I'm testing out to see if I can get the grabbers here to get the dishes to go onto a dish rack and then straight into the dishwasher. So that's nice. So I'm practicing here and, serving a couple of these sweet little kitties just to see what will happen with the dishes here and make sure that'll work. And yeah, I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. Let's run it. Does anyone else ever run into the issue where they accidentally tap a corner grabber mid-round and so it changes direction and you don't realize what's going on? So that's what happened here. I'm like, okay, why are the dishes going into the dishwasher right here? So I'm like manually putting them in off of the grabber that's at the top of the dining area there, and I'm just like not realizing it's because I turned the corner grabber, which is like so funny now looking back. I'm like, was I not thinking about like what is the holdup here? Why isn't it going in? But I think I was just too caught up in serving orders, so that's really funny to look back here and realize that is why that they were having an issue. So, we go, okay, eventually I figured it out there, but it took me basically till the end of the day to correct that, so that's pretty embarrassing. But, does anyone else do that? Man, I really cannot overstate how amazing and like game-changing it is to have some sort of dish automation in a game as early as you can, even if it's not full automation, even if it's just 2 grabbers between your tables, bringing the plates down so that the tables that are at the beginning of the grabbing operation are cleared sooner. It's just so nice not to have to pick up plates from every single table at all times because you're already delivering stuff there if you don't have TPs or whatnot, and it's just amazing. And if they're at that close table to the serving area, you can also use it to serve the lower tables as well. So technically, I could have been serving all the meals from the bottom table, and they would have just gone down to their intended table, once they saw that they were getting their orders. So I don't know. There's just, I can't believe I slept on dish automation for so long, and just having the tiniest bit of dish automation makes a huge difference. Okay, now it's time. We have our couple of teleporters set up here. I'm like, all right, let's see. Can we get one soaking sink going? What will it look like? And so we have some grabbers up in the top left. We have our one set of teleporters here. It's doing the soaking sink, then it comes down to the number 2 teleporter. And I'm like, great. Okay, that's nice. They're coming through. It seems to be going well. Can we survive with one soaking sink? I don't know, but that's the number of grabbers we have for now. So we're going to try to make it work. Then I'm like looking at these other items. I'm like, okay, I have to start getting rid of stuff. We're running out of room in this restaurant. I have combiners and stuff like that sitting in the dining room, which doesn't look very great, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do when you have limited space. And then we get the final grabber set up with the second teleporter set to go to the plate stack. So then at this point, dishes are fully automated. We got that one soaking sink working overtime, and it's just, oh, mwah, chef kiss. It's just the most beautiful thing to get that dish automation completely done. I love it so much. Okay, here in the middle of day 10 is where we run into one of the classic issues that I personally run to. Honestly, I've never seen this happen to anyone else, but as you can see, there's now a soup stuck in my conveyor of plate automation. And how did that happen, may you ask? Well, I'm so used to dropping off meals at tables, like when you can give it to one person at the table before you take their order and then you bring the second person's order over. Well, if you do that when you have the tables automated with conveyors, like I do here with grabbers, I should say, it will just grab that item if it's not somebody's order. It will lock onto the table if their order was taken already, but since it wasn't, and I just dropped a suit on the table without thinking about it, it got grabbed by the grabbers, and now it's backed up my entire plate operation, which sent me into a little bit of a frenzy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I just lose here? But luckily, I know I make these kinds of mistakes, so I made sure to both have another stack of plates down at the bottom right, as you can see in that storage room, as well as keep the dishwasher out in a convenient spot, because I was really nervous. This is like, teleporters are something that I always kind of figure out a way to mess up, even though they're really intuitive and helpful. So that's what happened there. We got a soup stuck in the conveyor line, and it wasn't something that I could reach and fix easily, so we had to manually do the plates the old-fashioned way for the rest of the day, and that was extremely stressful, so go me, I guess. But we somehow didn't lose, so you know what? We'll take it. So the first thing I try to do here to remedy or foolproof this setup to make it so that if it happens again, it won't be an issue, is I take one of the smart grabbers that I have at the vegetables that I don't really need there. It can be any type of grabber. And I train it to take soup bowls, full soup bowls. So if that happens again, it'll put them into the trash can. But for some reason, the grabber system in the top left there wasn't prioritizing the soup for some reason. And so instead, it was just continuing to get stuck on the line and not going into the dish rack because it's not a dish. And I'm like, why won't it take it off of this thing? Okay, I'm like, no, it won't come off a dish rack because it can't go into a dish rack. That idea was stupid. So I'm doing a little bit of trial and error to try to figure out, like, what I can do here. And I'm like, okay, just, you know what? I just have to be smarter and not give people soup before I take their order. So, you know, I just kind of like left that there. I was like, okay, that's not going to work. For some reason, the smart grabber isn't prioritizing over the regular grabber system, and I'm not sure why that is exactly. I'm not sure how to fix that. There might be a way to do so, but in this instance, I kind of just like gave up on that, and I'm like, you know what? We're just doing it. I have my extra plates. I have my dishwasher. So we're gonna have to see what happens. So as you might have saw during overtime day 11 and 12, we didn't add any more automation, but we did have a couple close calls, which had me a little bit worried. We ultimately make it through, but it's not anything super eventful happening here. And then we get a new car, tipping culture or soy sauce, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I think I need fewer groups because of those close calls had me nervous. So we go from 26 groups to 22 groups here. And I'm like, okay, now we have to make some changes because I need the soy sauce to be automated. I have lost this game too many times because of soy sauce and ketchup with hot dogs. So I know better than to do it, manually here. So I'm like, okay, now this needs to be prioritized even over soup and bamboo. So here I am rearranging tables because I'm like, okay, I want to obviously keep my auto dishes going. It went well the last day without any issues, any soup incidents. So I'm like, okay, I need to set up the tables here so that I can have both automated dishes coming off and automated soy sauce going on, and be able to sit 2 people at each table at all times as well. So, if you have a grabber at the table or if you have a teleporter at the table, they take up one of the chair spots. So you have to make sure there are enough chairs available for everybody to be able to sit regardless of those things being there. And then I'm like, okay, screw it. It's been a little while. I've been putting off my goals of getting the soup automated. So let me start rearranging stuff at the bottom right here and try to at least get the soup automated. So I make this sort of loop here, which is what usually works. So I have a combiner going into the sink so they'll autofill with water. And then we still have the combiner set up for the meat there. So I'm like, okay, this is a nice little system and we should be able to get soup automated except for putting the pots on and filling them with onion manually. So that saves a couple steps. But that means that once they're on, they will serve themselves in the future. They'll refill themselves. So I was like, okay, maybe that is the first step we need here to get some soup automation going. Just because I have to refill those a lot throughout the day since they only serve 3 people and there's only 4 portions in the frozen prep station. So it would just be super, super helpful to have that automated a little bit. Now you're going to see me struggling a little bit. I'm like, okay, I figured out I have the grabbers I need to get that little bit of soup automation going. That's great. We need to rearrange the soaking sink room a little bit and try to figure out something for the soy sauce. Because I'm like, we need soy sauce to be automated. I can't be out here being held responsible for remembering to give people soy sauce without some sort of automation happening. So I'm like, I need to figure something out. This is super important. I know I have some grabbers lying around, so I'm like, let me see, can I use a smart grabber to get the soy sauce back to me, if I get it on that table, and then it goes to the number 4 teleporter, will it come back, etc. So I'm like, okay, what do I need to do here to get things automated? So I'm trying a few different things, and it gets a little bit convoluted, but enjoy the process, I guess. Okay, so we somehow survived day 13 here, spoiler alert. But watching this back, I'm like, girl, what the heck were you doing with that soy sauce? It's coming through the dish area, it's going through the soaking sink, it's not automated at all. Like, I don't know what the heck I was thinking here. So it looks like after OT day 13 here is when I actually figure out how to automate it correctly. But I'm really not sure what I was thinking here. So it's really, really strange. So Yeah, I guess I could cut this out, but you know, this is just true to what happened, and this is honestly me just bumbling through a lot of PlateUp setups in time. As you know, it's trial and error, so we survived somehow, but this is how we actually ended up purposely and correctly automating soy sauce, at least how we intended to do it here. So we end up moving the, I don't know why I'm saying we. It's literally just me playing. Hello? So I end up moving the grabbers up one table. Now I have 3 tables each for the 3 tables that I have here. And so now I can put the soy sauce automatically onto these teleporters. And I have one below me that's just like right above the blueprint desk area, and then one in the dish room. And if I, you know, put them on the correct teleporters, and I can use 2 of them to have one on each of those number 4 teleporters, if that makes sense. So I'm like, okay, one goes through automatically, then I put the second one there and it just hangs out, and the cat/visitors will enjoy it, and it works out great. So this is probably like not the best / most efficient way to do this, but it somehow works for me, and it avoids the issue of the soup being grabbed now because the grabbers aren't on the lower table that I'm serving at. So if they end up on that table, they won't automatically be grabbed because the grabbers are now coming from the middle table. So I inadvertently solved another issue I was having here. So yeah, pretty proud of that one, even though it was completely not intentional. So we somehow get through OT day 14, which in a solo stir-fry restaurant with this many toppings, honestly, I'm very proud of this. I'm proud of the amount of automation we managed to get here, and I'm proud we got the dishes fully automated, and the tableside soy sauce teleporters seem to be working well this past day, so I feel accomplished in that way because sometimes it's a struggle for me to figure this out. Okay, this video is getting a tad bit long, so I am going to make a third part. It'd probably be a little bit shorter, but I want to show you guys how I end up fully automating the soup with onions and pots and everything being fully automated at the beginning of the day. And I'm going to fully automate bamboo as well, so that's a little bit of a struggle for me to figure out too, but we do eventually get there, spoiler. So I hope you come back for part 3, the finale of this little series that I've done of this stir-fry restaurant. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun to make these videos. I hope you enjoy watching them. I enjoy watching PlateUp content, so I hope you do too. And be sure to catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/studs. That's 2 S's at the front and 1 at the back. And on socials at StudsTTV. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.